This crowd is ready as we get set for the World Series. Game 1 is next. On the corner of Dave Niehaus Way and Edgar Martinez Drive, welcome to T-Mobile Park. Coming up, Game 1 of the World Series on MLB The Show. It's the Chicago Cubs taking on the Seattle Mariners. John Shambi and Chris Singleton with you. There may be no better atmosphere in all of baseball than Game 1 of the Fall Classic, Singy. Lots of excitement to get this thing started.
Yeah, and the players feel that just as much as the fans. You're down there with goosebumps, and these players are just trying to stay in the moment. But I'll tell you, for the home team especially, it's so hard not to be emotional and hyped up with all the energy in this building right now.
And on the other side, of course, you're looking to swing home field advantage your way with an all-important opening win on the road. First pitch coming your way next. And getting to start, Ryan Wood. What do you have on him?
Boogie pitched into the 7th, earned the W in his last start. He really needed that one. Well, his team needs another one today. We'll see if he can carry that performance into this game.
Taylor King stands in now and watches strike one.
Man, I mean, nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually was.
This one in the air, center field. He's got it, and that is that. We'll move to the 3rd with no score. Man at first, one away.
The right fielder, Taylor King.
Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
Swing at a high fly ball, well struck. Carrying well. Just missed it. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one.
Up next for the Mariners, the right fielder, Taylor King.
Yo one. That one is absolutely belted. That's down. One hops off the wall. Here comes Olsen around 3rd. The relay, he'll score, and they lead by 2.
Comes through with the RBI. Put a pretty good jolt into that one. Great swing, nice balance and weight transfer, and he got it to drop in out there in the deep part of the field.
So runner at second, 2 down. J.P. Crawford gets a chance to hit. Runner at second, 2 down. Here in Game 1 of the World Series. Popped in the air, left field. Hack settles underneath it, and that's the inning. So a run on 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. On to the 7th here in Game 1. The M's lead it 2-0. You're watching the World Series on the show. First and second, 1 out. Taylor King digs in now.
RBI knock for him last time. Now a chance to drive in another run.
Well, this is a critical spot for both the pitcher and the hitter. You can learn a lot about a guy by how he handles these pressure situations.
The 1-0.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Two on, one out. That one misses. And now 3-0.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if he'll walk you.
And there's the automatic. Three-one is on the way. In the air, right field. Brings it in. Runner tags at second, and he moves up a base. So two away with runners at the corners.
The batter, number 3, shortstop, J.P.
King had a solid game for them, a real contributor.
Not one to put on the personal highlight reel necessarily, but certainly didn't hurt him on the way to the win.
Here's another look at the numbers from this shutout victory.
Well, it takes a team effort to produce a shutout. I mean, sometimes you just got to tip your cap.
A shutout in this one, 3-0 our final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long from T-Mobile Park in Seattle. From the home of the Mariners since 1999, T-Mobile Park here in Seattle. The World Series on MLB The Show coming up. It's the Chicago Cubs taking on the Seattle Mariners. Joined by my partner Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. A big game 2 in store for us here today, Chris.
And the series started out like you might expect. The home side taking care of business in game 1, but this game today is going to reveal a lot about what this series will become. Will it be a battle for 6 or 7 games, or will it be a walkover? Those are the questions that we start getting more clarity on after game 2.
I have a feeling it's going to be a good one, Chris. This should be fun. First pitch coming at you right after the break. And today on the hill, Logan Gilbert. What should we keep an eye on here?
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
Taylor King in the box, lays off for ball 1.
The opportunity for a huge inning exists right here. Bases loaded, nobody out. But as a hitter, can't be over anxious. That pitcher is up against the wall. Make him come to you.
You need a strikeout, and you need a ball perhaps on the ground for a double play, or get yourself a pop-up, something. But you've got to make some pitches. But if he can battle and get through this, he can earn some points.
That one is absolutely belted. That's got a chance. One run's in, and it's off the wall. Now the second run is in. The relay to the plate, and he's got no chance. He's out.
Now they had him dead to rights right there at the plate, and I hate to say it, but that's on the third base coach. Third base coach was sending him all the way, and it just wasn't the right call. I know base coaches take a lot of pride in what they do and how they prepare, but I think he'll be thinking about that one for a little while.
J.P. Crawford will hit next.
You know, this is kind of a tough matchup as a left-handed hitter facing a left-handed pitcher. What you tell yourself is I want to stay square to the plate, try to hit the ball over the shortstop's head.
And it's second. In the dirt. The 1-2. And down on strikes. And there's two away.
Just locked him up right there for the second out, and that's an at-bat he's probably going to be thinking about for a little while. Didn't pull the trigger. Not how you want to go down in an RBI spot, so now you got to hope your teammate behind you can pick you up.
Man on second, two down. Line drive, base hit. Coming home. He'll score. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 4.
Picks himself up an RBI. So impressive that he didn't get tied up or jammed on that pitch inside. Instead, good quick hands allowed him to get the barrel to it, just shoot it up the middle of the field for that knock.
And ball one to the right fielder.
Well, these Mariners showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. Pitch count is pretty high, and they've played 4 runs already, so I think it's safe to say their game plan is working out pretty well right now.
This one belted deep left field, on its way, gone. A 2-run shot, and they add on.
He's really seeing the ball well lately. Good things are going to happen when you're locked in like this.
He got his front foot down. He was strong on his backside, and when his bat went through the zone, there's no question that ball was going to travel out of the ballpark. But that's, if you were putting a tape together, positive to watch, that's it right there. Just a perfect swing.
Two on, two outs.
The right fielder, Taylor King.
And there's a strike. Two on, two outs. On the ground, right side, corner. The underhand flip, and very nicely done for the out. Mariners leave a couple. They lead it 6-2. King steps in. They've got the edge, but the job is not done. He's looking to keep the line moving.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a little insurance, Boog.
Just missed.
Well, these Mariners doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. The numbers say their chase rate, or swings at pitches outside the zone, is under 25%, and I think that's a big reason why they're scoring runs.
That one misses. Ball 3.
By not chasing out of the zone, they're getting good pitches to hit. When you can do that, you have a much better chance to square up the baseball and do damage like they have so far.
Payoff pitch. Chop to third. Bregman handles. In plenty of time to first, and that's one away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th.
Number 3, shortstop, JP.
King really stood out in this win.
No question, he was a big piece of their success in this ball game. Fantastic effort at the plate.
Seven-2 your final here today. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long. Nothing better than pregame festivities for the World Series. Game 3 is coming up next. Here at the friendly confines, Wrigley Field. The World Series on MLB The Show coming up. It's the Seattle Mariners and the Chicago Cubs. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. A lot going on in this series as we get ready for Game 3, Singy.
And Boog, this is as close to an elimination game as you can get without it actually being one. Going down 3-0 would more or less just end this thing. So this game's going to tell us whether we're going to have a real series in store for us or if we're just going to be packing our bags and going home.
A lot of people feel these teams are more evenly matched. The first 2 games would indicate. So we'll see if we get a bounce-back performance in this one. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. And on the hill in this one, Drew Rasmussen. What do you got on him, Chris?
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
Taylor King leading things off and takes a strike.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
The 1-1. And that one fouled off. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Line to second, snagged on the bounce. In time to Bush, A great play deep in the hole.
I wasn't sure if he was going to get to this one or not. Had to go a pretty good way there in the shallow right field. But then after that, it's a tough angle after you square up your shoulders to throw to first base. Not the normal position, but a really good job defensively right there.
Gotta love the intensity of postseason baseball. Players on both sides at such a high level of emotion. Everything is amplified.
Talk about that intensity, Boo. It comes out of everybody. Think about celebrations by players like Carlos Correa, Jose Bautista, Kirk Gibson. Just iconic moments.
King recently taking home Player of the Month honors. Hammered down the right side, but foul. Two on the way. Fights it off. He'll see another. This to third. Bregman slings to first in time. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. World Series Game 3. We go to the 8th. Taylor King now at the plate.
Not what he's looking for there in the 0-0 count. Looks like he wants the ball down in the zone.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Way back there. And that's a foul ball.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
And there's one down. King stepping in now. If he goes deep here, we may not see that helmet again until next series.
Yeah, might as well order the Gatorade shower now, Boo. This place would erupt.
That one at 95 missed up top, and that's ball one. The Mariners with the go-ahead run at third here in Game 3 of the World Series. And that drops in for a strike.
Very good pitch. Backed up a little bit, expecting it to go middle away, and it just sort of stayed on the inside corner. Probably good take, because he would have gotten jammed had he swung the bat.
Here's a 1-1. Breaking ball misses down and away.
Look, in situations like these, the air can get really thin up there at the plate. Got to find a way to breathe and slow everything down.
Hard ground ball for a base knock. One runs in. Here comes the throw. Safe at home, and the runner scores from second. It's 5-3.
Well, this game is tied no more. Big time swing of the bat to drive in two. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
And the batter is George Springer.
It's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion and he's in full speed.
Soft contact in the air, brings it in for the third out. A couple of runs in the inning puts them ahead. Bottom part of the order, 7-8-9, 2 up in inning number 9. The Mariners lead it 5-3. You're watching the World Series on the show.
All this team needs is one more win, but when you're playing in the postseason, it's not just a win of a game, it's a win of an inning. It's a win of an at-bat, it's a win of a pitch count, and that's what they're going to need to do in the next game to take the series.
Here's one final look at the line score from this one, Chris.
It was a close 2-run game, and a couple of key moments just really made the difference. Not much separates these two teams.
A 5-3 final score in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long. Live from the north side of Chicago, Wrigley Field, the World Series on MLB The Show coming up. It's the Seattle Mariners and the Chicago Cubs. John Shambi and Chris Singleton with you. And Singy, there's been a lot to talk about already in this series as we head into Game 4.
Well, the number one thing to discuss is just how lopsided this series has been. You know, you get to this point of the season, Boog, and you expect both teams to be on pretty even ground, but it's not played out that way at all. And when a team takes care of business with such dominance and gets out to a 3-0 lead, I just can't see this series lasting much longer.
Yeah, that's usually the way it goes. But hey, coming back to win the series has been done before. First pitch coming your way next. And today's starter, Cade Horton. What do we need to know here about the right-hander?
Boog, this guy usually turns in a very good outing. His teammates really enjoy when he's on the mound. Everyone seems to be loose, which can help the offense be a bit more dangerous. So if you look at the opposing lineup, they're hoping he doesn't just settle in. They want to make this an uncomfortable start from the beginning.
The fourth game of the World Series. And stepping in for the Mariners, Taylor King.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
Here's a 1-1. That clips the corner. Legends really are cemented in the postseason. You think of David Ortiz heroics for the Red Sox, Derek Jeter as Mr. November, or Randy Johnson in the 2001 World Series, just to name a few. One away.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat. Well, these Mariners doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. Pitch count is pretty high, and they've plated 4 runs already, so I think it's safe to say their game plan is working out pretty well right now.
Way out front for strike 2.
So they forced the starter to put in a lot of work, and they've been able to get to him for some runs, and hopefully that bullpen phone is working today.
Crawford aboard here at first with nobody out. That smash towards center. And there's one down.
Not fooled at all right there. He was clearly all over it, but sometimes you hit it too hard and right at someone. You're looking for one of those bloop hits to get a knock sometimes.
King turning some heads with this recent stretch of impressive play.
Lots of rookies can have a hot streak, but once the league gets a book on you, starts attacking you differently, things can shift in a hurry. I'm interested to see how he handles those adjustments.
Swanson fires over to first. And that is that. Mariners go down quietly there, but they hold a 5-0 lead. One gone runner at first. Now it's the right fielder, Taylor King. 0 for 3 in this one. Here comes the 0-1. In the air to left center. Crow Armstrong has a beat on it. 2 down. King digs in. He's left a few out there today, but this is the one that matters. RBI opportunity, Siggy.
Yeah, his struggles today reset with a knock right here, Boog. Redemption is right in front of him.
And that's in for a strike. And it's 0-1.
Tough situation right here. So important as a pitcher to get ahead in the count as he did right there.
Here's the 0-1. On the ground, could be 2. To Horner at second for 1. And that's quick work out of the pen. 1 batter, 2 outs, inning over. Heart of the order, 3-4-5 will get their shot in the bottom of the 9th. Seattle leads this one 10-1. This is the World Series on the show. And there it is. The Seattle Mariners are world champions.
Congratulations to the World Series champions. Incredibly special team. So proud of these players. I know the fans back in their hometown. Everybody going nuts right now. It's going to be such an amazing reception when they return home.
Welcome back on the show as we see some of the final moments and reactions in this World Series clinching game. And now let's go down on the field where they're set to present the Commissioner's Trophy to the World Series champs. Singleton and our outstanding crew. I'm John Shambi. This has been the World Series on MLB The Show.
Welcome back to MLB Tonight. It's Greg Amsinger, Yonder Alonso, and Dan Plesac with you as we continue to cover awards season. We're talking Rookie of the Year, a huge accomplishment in any young player's career. But Yonder, man, winning this award, I can't imagine what it means to your stock going forward in your career.
I'll tell you what, I saw Bryce Harper win Rookie of the Year. I saw his first base hit as well in the big leagues, and I knew this guy was going to be a superstar. Once you win this award, all of a sudden now you're on the map to being one of the best players.
It seems like you have all the momentum in the world. It should be the case for him.
Yeah, and one of the things you want to do, you don't want to be one of those one-hit wonders. Now there's a lot of eyeballs on you. We'll see if he can continue this and have a long and outstanding career.
And there's no debate. We're all in agreement. He deserved the honor.
The crowd is amped up, ready to get this season underway, as are we. Back with more in a minute. Welcome from the home of the Mets, Citi Field in Queens, New York. Opening day baseball on the show. It's the Seattle Mariners going up against the New York Mets. John Shambi along with Chris Singleton. So the Seattle Mariners with lofty expectations this season, and why not? They're the defending World Series champs. Singy, it's become so hard in today's game to go back-to-back as champions. Why do you think that is?
Boog, I think it's because of the competition level and the parity that we're seeing in baseball. But yeah, you're right. It is very rare. The Yankees won 3 years in a row from 1998 to 2000. But over the next 20 seasons, nobody else was able to repeat. I think there's less of an imbalance at the top, and teams can compete by combining good internal development with smart, well-timed moves to bring in help from the outside. And once you hit the postseason, anything's possible.
First pitch coming your way next. One down, and stepping in for the Mariners, Taylor King. Comes up empty. That's strike two. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Here's the 0-2. This one in the air, center field. Robert takes it in for the out. Out number 2.
That is third. The first baseman, number 12.
King stepping in now. The inning's been quiet, but a chance here to turn up the volume.
Yeah, and you love that mentality. A little thunder could bring that dugout back to life.
Ball one, no strikes. Right through there for a strike.
Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Battling here as he fouls it away. Two down, nobody on. This ball's chopped on the ground. Lindor handles, throws to first. That's out number 3. Nobody left for Seattle, but they still lead it 1-0. King digging in. They've got the lead, but here's another chance to set the tone.
Yeah, but one good swing and suddenly they add to the margin. Every run counts as this game moves along.
Man, I mean, nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually was.
Rip towards third. Tosses across to first. Leadoff man retired in the 6th.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Taylor King up next for the Mariners. 0 for 3 in this one. Nootbaar gets his lead at first. Nobody out. Line drive, base hit. Lead runner makes the turn at second. And they're at the corners with nobody out.
When you go 0 for 5, 0 for 7, 0 for 8, it seems like an eternity, especially to start the season, because that's the one thing. Players want to get that first one out of the way so that they feel like, all right, I'm going to avoid this prolonged 0 for to start the season and get into a slump.
Here's Josh Naylor.
In the infield at the corners, don't be surprised to see them come home first and prevent that run from scoring.
Runner on the go. Line to left. He's there. He's got it. Runner tags from third. Throw home. He beats it. It's 2-zip.
That play really shows how important it is to hit the cutoff man. Looked like he tried to throw through and get the runner at home, but it backfired, and it ended up costing them a run. I remember my rookie year overthrowing a cutoff man. Didn't last long before I was pulled aside by a veteran pitcher. He had a talk with me, and I don't know if I ever missed a cutoff man again.
This one popped up. Polanco in position. And there's 2 away. Man at first, Julio Rodriguez digs in now. He is quite an athlete. I mean, you look around the other sports, basketball, football, you feel like he could thrive in one of those sports too. 0-2 now. In the dirt, blocked. Here's a 1-2. In the air, right field, pretty well struck. That's got a chance. Pulls it in on the warning track. They get a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the Mariners 2 and the Mets nothing. King did not have a banner showing in this one.
Didn't light the world on fire, but he held up his end today. I'm sure he'd like to have a better game, but a win is a win.
It's the Seattle Mariners going up against the New York Mets. And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. King digs in. He's up against an 85+ rated arm, which basically means good luck.
Yeah, Boog, if he reaches base here, somebody better start checking for controller cheats. That's a great take right there. Even though it's a strike, with the situation, runner on first base, you want to keep the ball off the ground. And you swing at that pitch, most likely you roll into a double play.
The 0-1. That one fouled off. Nootbaar on at first. Nobody out. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Throws down to first, but he wasn't going anywhere.
Well, obviously that was nowhere near the strike zone by the time it got to the plate, and people at home watching are thinking, what's he swinging at? But I'll tell you, some of the break guys snap off these days is just devastating. It can be so tough to recognize where a pitch like that's going to end up.
Runner at second, 2 down.
The right fielder, Taylor King.
Nope, that's down. Man at second. On the ground, right side, Simeon. And that's the inning. One left for Seattle, but they hold a 1-0 lead.
Up next is Seattle. The right fielder.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line. Pretty rare location right there, right down the middle. This guy paints the edges. I'm not sure if you're going to see that pitch again as a hitter.
The Mariners down by a pair, and we're at the top of the 5th. This one in the air, center field. Robert moving under it. And there are 2 outs.
Up next is Seattle.
And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. King steps in. They're down, but he's got a chance to get something going right here.
Yeah, you can't hit a grand slam with nobody on. He just needs to be the match that lights the fire here.
The 1-0.
It's been tough for the offense so far, but you can't get frustrated. You got to find a way to shake it off, go up there and relax. That's the only way you're going to be able to put runs up on the board.
Barely a hair out of the zone, but it was a ball. Still 2 challenges left for them. And he can't come up with it. Still finds a way to get off a throw, and they get the out. Good recovery. Wasn't easy following the misplay.
Up next is Seattle. The first baseman, number 12.
King with a forgettable showing in the loss.
Well, certainly a frustrating game at the plate, Boog. I think he'd be the first to tell you he's capable of better. I'm sure the loss isn't sitting well with him either.
So up next, Taylor King.
Taylor King.
Ball 1.
Next offering in there for a strike. That's strike 1. And that one hammered. That's down. One hops off the wall. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
I'll tell you, when you smoke a line drive into the gap like that, I mean, sure, home runs are king, but I feel like nothing makes you feel like a true professional hitter more than a bolt the other way.
And now it's Josh Naylor. Spikes that one. It goes to the backstop. Throw into third, and he's out easily. King digging in. They say pressure makes diamonds. Let's see if this turns into a gem.
Yep, time to see if this one shines. The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
The 1-0.
Pressure's on right here. 2-0 count, bases loaded. You don't want to fall to a 3-ball count and then walk in a run. He's got to challenge the hitter right here.
The 2-0 is in for a strike. Traffic on the bases with 2 already in to score here at the top of the second. That one is absolutely belted and foul ball. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. All loaded up here in the rubber match of this 3-game series. That one hit to right. Brings it in. Here comes the runner from third. Play at the plate. Not in time. He's safe. It's 3-zip.
That play really shows how important it is to hit the cutoff man. Looked like he tried to throw through and get the runner at home, but it backfired, and it ended up costing them a run. I remember my rookie year overthrowing a cutoff man. Didn't last long before I was pulled aside by a veteran pitcher. He had a talk with me, and I don't know if I ever missed a cutoff man again.
King, batting with 1 down, takes a strike.
Looks like he sacrificed a pitch right down the middle for tracking and timing. Some good hitters will do that.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. It gets down a base hit to third.
Hooked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely, and that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off.
Runners at the corners here, 1 away. Here's Josh Naylor. Runners at the corners, 1 away. Top half of inning number 4. Here goes the runner, and that'll load the bases.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
And now Cal Raleigh.
Well, they've kept him pretty quiet in this series. Still doesn't have a knock. I know.
King steps in with 2 outs and nobody on. He's basically saying, fine, I'll do it myself.
That's right. Might as well cue the movie trailer voice.
In a world where nobody gets on base. Two down, nobody on, and we're at the top of the 5th. There's a swing and a drive. That's down. 1 hops off the wall. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive. And here's the first baseman, Josh Naylor. Myers, 28 years old, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. On the ground, right side. Simeon, toss over to first, and the inning is over. Mariners leave 1, but they're still in front, 10-0. Runners on the corners with 1 gone. Taylor King up next for the Mariners. Breaking ball, and that got him. So digging in, Josh Naylor. One down. Now here is Taylor King. First offering, and it just misses.
Inside, ball 2.
Way out front for strike 2.
Well, and those hitters count sometimes can be a little too aggressive, and a good pitcher will play off of that. He's got to get a better pitch to hit.
And that's a strikeout. Matthew Ross says he went around. King had a solid game for them, a real contributor. 3 hits in this one, always respectable.
Well, every team in the league wants hitters who can consistently deliver games like the one he had today, because it can help you get wins like this one. Nice job.
Taylor King, former first-round pick, gearing up. The promising young prospect will certainly play a key role in this one. It's the Seattle Mariners and the Toronto Blue Jays. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. One down. Now it's the right fielder, Taylor King. One of the stars in the win yesterday as he had 3 hits. And the 0-1. There's a swing and a drive. And that lands in no man's land, a foul ball. Makes the catch for the out.
The first baseman, number 12. Up next is Seattle, the right fielder, Taylor King.
The Jays up by 2, top half of inning number 4.
That's ball 2.
Splits the plate and a count 2-1. Full extension, makes the catch. What a play. So a great diving catch, and that was only possible because of the route he took to get there, right, Chris?
Yeah, StatCast shows us just how efficient that route to the ball was. In fact, that's about as good as it gets, pretty much a direct line to it. And perhaps he was a wide receiver in a different life, I don't know. But, man, great job to hold on all the way through the dive as well. No fumble caused by the ground. Well, these Mariners just haven't produced as many competitive at-bats as I'd like to see in this one. They haven't run a single count full in this ball game, and that's just wild to me. That stat alone shows they're making it way too easy to get them out.
This one popped up. Takes it in for the out.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Ready to begin the 8th. Now the number 2 hitter, Taylor King.
Inside ball.
The lefty, the 1-0.
It's amazing to look up and see 88 miles per hour on that changeup. Back in the day, that was a pretty good fastball. But with high velocities these days, that speed differential is right where it needs to be.
The 1-1. Swing and a ball lifted left field. 1 down.
Up next is Seattle, the first baseman, number 12.
So 2 down. Taylor King, the next to hit.
King.
Rogers going for save number 1 in this spot. 0-1. Out towards right center field. Larnach on the move to the gap. And he's got it. Ball game. And the Blue Jays take this series opener here at home. King had a game to forget in the loss.
Oh, certainly a frustrating game at the plate, Boog. I think he'd be the first to tell you he's capable of better. I'm sure the loss isn't sitting well with him either.
One down. And the batter now, Taylor King. He's someone who quickly made a splash at this level, Chris, a former Rookie of the Year.
Ball one.
Just getting started here in Toronto.
That's a ball.
Right through there for a strike.
In today's game, not that many fastball counts, but hitters still in the back of their minds, they're looking for one. 2-0 changeup call right there. Excellent pitch selection to go with.
Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. And that's a foul ball. That smash towards center. Lucas takes it in for the out. And there are 2 outs. King steps to the plate. They're trailing, but here's an opportunity to reel it in. RBI chance.
Yeah, Boog, chance to be the big fish right here. This is exactly who they want in a spot like this.
And that's in there at the knees for a strike.
Now, this guy is just filling up the strike zone right now. Don't want to get yourself in an 0-2 hole. You better be ready to pull the trigger on the first pitch.
2 on, 2 outs.
That's a ball.
Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Outside low, ball 2. On the ground to the left, and that's just foul. First and second, 2 down here in the second game of the series. In the air, right side, Larnach on his way over. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And that is that. 2 left on. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. It's the Blue Jays 4 and the Mariners nothing. You're watching Mariners baseball on the show Northwest.
Up next for Seattle, the right fielder, Taylor King.
Ball 1, no strikes.
Well, these Mariners just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. Just 1 extra base hit for them, so they haven't exactly been hitting the ball gap to gap or out of the park. That makes it really difficult to generate runs.
Outside, and now 3-1. No question about this one. It's out of here. His first homer of the year, and they cut into the lead. It's 4-2.
There was a sinker up in the zone. It looked like it came out of the pitcher's hand a little bit too early. Doesn't have the velocity that good four-seam fastball does. And at the plate, he didn't miss it.
King stepping in. A base hit here could shift the vibe. They're just one swing away from changing the rhythm of this ball game.
Yeah, Boog, that's the beauty of baseball. You always have a chance if you've got a player like this to lead off the inning. Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Line to second, snagged on the bounce. Nicely done for the out.
Couple of pitches and a quick out.
One down. Taylor King up next for the Mariners. He's already homered here in this one. That one off the mark. Ball one. And a fastball in there for a strike at 91. 2 runs across in the inning. Here at the top of the ninth. Oh, he can't hang on. Still manages a throw, but it's not in time. Base hit.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. Fielder got a piece of it, but the way that thing came off the bat, no surprise at all. He couldn't pick it cleanly. It's a very difficult play, and that swing definitely was deserving of a hit.
Go ahead run on base. Julio Rodriguez now at the plate. Runner on the go. Ball misses. Safe at second, and that was not close. And the go-ahead run is now in scoring position. Payoff pitch. Grabs it right up against the wall.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
So, runner at second, 2 down. Matt Olson up to the plate. Man at second. He walked in, and that will keep things going.
So close to getting out of it right there, but this inning still has life.
And now it's Josh Naylor.
You know, this is kind of a tough matchup as a left-handed hitter facing a left-handed pitcher. What you tell yourself is I want to stay square to the plate, try to hit the ball over the shortstop's head.
And a payoff pitch. And that'll load the bases.
Oh, you know this guy wants to swing it, but he's showing some good patience in this one. It's the second time he's taken ball 4.
Scott Kingery up to hit. In the dirt. Count moves to 2-2 as the runners hold. Deep breath, he's ready, and he fires. Line drive, base hit. 1 runs in. Another comes in to score. Up by 2, it's 7-5.
Well, this game is tied no more. Big time swing of the bat to drive in 2. Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
King had a great showing in the win. Collected a couple of hits. One of them left the yard.
I'll tell you, Boog, I was excited every time he came up. When a player is locked in like he was, it's a really special feeling. Great job in this one.
So up next, Taylor King. He's someone who quickly made a splash at this level, Chris, a former Rookie of the Year. King launched a homer in his most recent game.
Ball two.
That one close, ruled a ball. And that's ball 3. Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. And it's a called strike after the review. They'll keep both their challenges. Just getting started here in Toronto. This one drilled right center field. That one heading for the fence and gone. A 2-run homer, and the Mariners have the lead. It's 2-0.
You can't ask for a better start than hitting a home run in your first at bat to give your team the lead. Anytime you have a pitch down the middle of the plate, the percentages go up for the hitter to do damage, even if it's a pretty good sinker like that one. Nice piece of hitting there at the plate.
King getting the start in right, batting second in today's lineup, and his batting average this season is over 300.
Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
Swings and misses, and it's 0-2.
Two really good back-to-back sliders. Now in an 0-2 count. He's feeling real confident about finishing this hitter off. He can go anywhere he wants.
The 0-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. Oh, 0-2 now. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Nootbaar, the runner at first with 2 gone.
That's outside.
One and 2 now. Got him. Outside pitch got the better of him that time. Mariners leave 1, but they lead it 4-0.
Up next for Seattle, the right fielder, Taylor
King matched a homer in his last game.
Hey!
Two down, nobody on, and we're at the top of the 5th. Slice to right, and that's the 3rd out. Mariners go down quietly there. They lead 4-0. One down. Taylor King up next for the Mariners. He's already homered in this game.
Yep, that ball went out.
And the 1-0.
Hey!
The M's up big in this one. Here in the top half of inning number 7. This to third, base hit. That was smoked through the infield. And that's a 1-out single.
up Up next is Seattle.
Here's Josh Naylor.
Number 12, Josh Naylor.
Here's the 0-2. And down on strikes he goes. 2 down.
Oh, nice job right there. He struck him out twice. The pitch before looked like it was strike 3. Doesn't get the call. Bears down. Throws another quality pitch for the strikeout.
So now it's the Mariner cleanup hitter, Cal Raleigh. The 2-2.
Oh, that's off.
This one kicks away a little as he can't squeeze it. King off of first with 2 away. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. Straw under it. And that is that. 1 left for Seattle. They lead it though 6-0. So 2 down. Taylor King will hit next. He's already homered here in this one. That's towards center. And that'll do it. Nobody left for Seattle, but they're on top by a count of 6-0. King really stood out in this win.
No question. He was a big piece of their success in this ball game. Fantastic effort at the plate.
Festivities are wrapping up. This place is rocking. The home opener is coming up next. On the corner of Dave Niehaus Way and Edgar Martinez Drive, welcome to T-Mobile Park. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Chicago Cubs taking on the Seattle Mariners. John Shambi alongside Chris Singleton. The cameras are out for this one, partner. Home openers are unique and always bring a special type of energy to the ballpark.
Boog, today is a celebration. It is the beginning of a new year, and there's no other game like this one on the schedule. It's the first time playing inside your home stadium with your brand new teammates, and you know the fans are going to bring the energy. The excitement is already building in here.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. And stepping in for the Mariners, Taylor King. He's someone who quickly made a splash at this level, Chris, a former Rookie of the Year. King launched a homer in his most recent game. Nootbaar gets his lead at first, nobody out. And a seed into center, that's a base hit. Lead runner to second, so 2 on and nobody out.
He was all over that one. Pretty good fastball location, down and in on the corner, but that was just a nice job to handle it and hit it hard. Very tough spot to get the barrel to most of the time, though.
Here's Josh Naylor. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1.
Off the plate, ball 1.
Swung on, belted. Carrying well. Going, gone. He sends a rocket to left. Third home run of the season, and it gives them the lead in the third. It's 2-1. That's his third straight game with a homer, Singy.
This dude is on fire, Boog. These kinds of streaks just don't come around too often. That was one of those home runs where you really don't know if he got enough of it off the bat. I mean, he put a good swing on it clearly, but I wouldn't say he really got the sweet spot on the bat. The exit velo wasn't anything too impressive, but it had all it needed for him to circle the pillows.
King went deep in his most recent game. Two down, nobody on. Makes a sliding stop. Throw to first, and very nicely done for the out. they had the long ball working 3 times for a total of 5 runs. We're headed to the 5th. It's the Mariners 7 and the Cubs 1. Next to hit, Taylor King. He's already homered in this game.
He's hitting for that pop. Came out of the gates really strong.
King matched a homer in his last game. All loaded up here in the bottom of the 6th. That one at triple digits. Foul ball there. Swing, and he popped it up. Bush settles underneath it. And that is the inning. And the Mariners strand the bases loaded. And they're on top 7-1. So 2 down. Taylor King up next for the Mariners. He's already homered here in this one.
Well, he had a pretty good look at that pitch and not sure exactly what tied him up there. Couldn't pull the trigger, and perhaps the best pitch he'll see in this at bat to hit.
Line drive, base hit. And out to a board. And his hot hitting continues.
They kept him in the yard that time, but all he's doing now is passing the baton, and everything seems to get started around this guy.
And now it's Josh. King was a big contributor for them in the win. A 3-hit performance, including a homer.
No question, he was a big piece of their success in this ball game. Fantastic effort at the plate.
Now it's the right fielder, Taylor King. He's someone who quickly made a splash at this level, Chris, a former Rookie of the Year. Just off the outside edge, ball 1.
Just missing off the plate there, according to the umpire, and out there on the mound, maybe trying to get an explanation. Can't say he's convinced, but it looks like he's accepted it.
Oh, he doesn't get the call. 2 balls, no strikes.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike, but so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
Here's a 2-1. Swing and a ball driven out to center. That's got a chance. Makes the catch, crashing into the wall.
Nothing instills more confidence in a team than a center fielder who makes a great play like that on the run. They can feed off the energy he brings just from his playmaking abilities.
The right fielder, Taylor King.
That's a little bit low. That one finds the zone. Strike 1. Still tied at 0. Last of the 3rd. In the air to left center. Crow Armstrong has a beat on it. And that is that. On to inning number 4. No score. of 6. And stepping in for the Mariners, Taylor King.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Out towards right center field. Crow Armstrong settles underneath it. 1 away.
Up next for the Mariners.
First and second, 1 out. Taylor King now at the plate. 0 for 3 in this one.
Well, in this situation with runners on, you got to get ahead in the count so that you can dictate the rest of the at-bat. Nice job right there.
2 on, 1 out. Base knock right field. And they stop him at third, so bases loaded with 1 away.
Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there. Now the base is loaded. Big opportunity for them to break this game open.
King with an okay game of the win.
Well, you'll never complain about getting a team win, Boog, but I think they expect him to make larger contributions than he did today. Nothing too bad, but nothing great either.
One down. And up next for Seattle, Taylor King. He's someone who quickly made a splash at this level, Chris, a former Rookie of the Year. Close, but called a ball. Ball 1.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire's strike zone.
And the 1-0. Drilled in the air out towards right center. Suzuki on his way over. 2 down.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the gaps. They practice this, and when the game comes, they make the play perfectly.
Back at the ballpark. And in this series, it has been ugly on the mound as we look at the numbers.
Backdoored him with a breaking ball, just got the corner. There's nothing you can really do with that.
In the air to left center. Crow Armstrong should have this one. And there's 1 away.
Up next for the Mariners. The center fielder.
Man at first, 1 away.
For the Mariners, the right fielder, Taylor Game.
That misses the zone, and it's 1-0. Crushed. Left center field. This one's deep. Forget it. He sends it out of here. His 4th home run of the season. And now they're out front. It's 3-2.
The one thing the pitcher didn't want to happen just happened. That's not an easy one to stomach. There was a sinker up in the zone. It looked like it came out of the pitcher's hand a little bit too early. Doesn't have the velocity that good four-seam fastball does. And at the plate, he didn't miss it.
Back here for the Sunday night showcase, Taylor King up next for the Mariners.
Fly ball to the outfield for a sac fly. Soft ground ball to the right side. Find a hole. He can attack this a few ways, but the one thing he can't do is strike out. Really good job in this spot to get ahead in the count. He's going to have to finish off this hitter.
And the 0-1. Base hit. 1 run is in. Runner stops at third, and they're at the corners with nobody out. Julio Rodriguez coming to the plate now in a big spot.
In the infield at the corners, don't be surprised to see them come home first and prevent that run from scoring.
And they're all loaded up.
A real bad time for a walk. You're trailing in this ball game, trying to keep things close. They've been in a difficult spot, and things aren't getting any easier.
Close one here today, and your final 5-4. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon for the next Game of the Week. We're here in Seattle, an AL West matchup on the show. It's the Athletics taking on the Seattle Mariners. Along with my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. And Singy, we're going to see a nice little win streak put to the test today.
Yeah, these guys are really firing on all cylinders right now. And to me, the important thing is that they're doing the little things well. They're not just relying on home runs or big plays every game. They're playing good situational baseball, executing in key areas, and that's how you string together wins. So we'll see if they continue that in this one.
One down. Taylor King, the next to hit. He's someone who quickly made a splash at this level, Chris, a former Rookie of the Year. Springs, a guy that really fills up the strike zone. Rarely walks people. The downside is the home run ball more likely in play. Comes up empty. That's strike two.
Well, pitchers like this usually work down in the zone a lot, but these days with all the uppercut swings most hitters are taking to elevate the ball, pitchers almost have to be effective up in the zone with hard stuff. So maybe that's one area he can improve in his game to try to combat that long ball. Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
King in the box now. No balls and a strike. Line drive, base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
And now it's Julio Rodriguez.
He's hitting for that pop. Came out of the gates really strong.
In the dirt. This one in the air, right field. And that'll fall for a base hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with one gone.
That can be a dangerous pitch if you don't get it inside enough, because as a hitter, you see it coming across the plate the whole way. No problem handling it and putting a good swing on it that time. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ball game.
0-1. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Throw back in, holds the runner at third. Base is now loaded. Only one away.
Here's a ball that's hit right back up the middle. Clearly a base hit. I mean, that's one of those where you're expecting a guy from second to score.
Here's Josh Naylor.
You know, this is kind of a tough matchup as a left-handed hitter facing a left-handed pitcher. What you tell yourself is, I want to stay square to the plate, try to hit the ball over the shortstop's head.
Swing and a high fly ball to right. Butler trying to get to it. Great effort as he's able to haul it in. Runners tagging from second and third. In comes the first run of the game. It's 1-0 Mariners.
There you go. Nice little RBI there. It's a great at bat. Got the job done.
King digs in. They're in front, but that lead could shrink quickly.
A little breathing room never hurt Boog. He's got the bat to supply that 0-2.
That clips the corner. Swings here and blasts one left field. Carrying well. And gone! He jacks that one out to left. And they add a run. It's 3-0.
That one was a hanger, and pitchers typically don't get away with making a mistake like that. And right there, he made him pay.
The right fielder, Taylor King.
In the dirt. The M's trying to break this one open. Here, the bottom of the 7th. There's a strike. That one is absolutely belted. Carrying well. It's a bomb. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they add on. It's 7-0.
And that shot makes their grip on the lead even tighter. Well, it looks like we might be underestimating his power just a bit. His teammates might even be surprised at what they're seeing. An unforgettable game for him.
King really stood out in this win. 2 homers on the day.
Such a tremendous effort at the dish. Not every game is going to be like this one, so you need to enjoy it when it's happening.
Taylor King, fresh off an impressive 2-homer performance. He'll look to keep that momentum going today. It's the Athletics taking on the Seattle Mariners. First pitch coming at you right after the break. One down. Now the number 2 hitter, Taylor King. He's someone who quickly made a splash at this level, Chris, a former Rookie of the Year. King with 4 runs batted in his last game.
Love seeing someone drive in a bunch of runs like he did, Boog. Doing that consistently lets your teammates know they can count on you to come through when the team needs it most.
Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. Way back there. And it's a foul ball.
Ball 1. Ball.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. In the air to left center. Grisham takes it in for the out. And there are 2 down. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been playing well.
King.
Hook one.
The 0-2. This one in the air center field. Grisham under it. And there's 1 down.
Up next for the Mariners, the first baseman.
2 on, 2
Next
outs.
for the Mariners, the right fielder, Taylor.
King with a couple of homers in his last game. Here's the pitch. It's a double steal. That one fouled off. First and second, 2 down. We're here in the bottom of the 4th.
Ball.
That smash towards center. Grisham is there, makes the catch. On to the top of the 5th we go. It's the M's 5 and the A's nothing. This is AL West action on MLB The Show. So 2 down. Now it's the right fielder, Taylor King. 0 for 3 in this one.
Right.
Here comes the 0-1. And there's a foul ball. Two down, nobody on. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Got him. Inning over on the strikeout. It's the Mariners 6 and the A's nothing. King locks in another RBI chance after a rough outing at the plate. Can erase all that right here.
Well, you got to stay locked in, Boog. And you know what? Sometimes the 5th time's the charm.
Ball. That's too low.
That one's in there, and the count 1-1. 1 out and a runner at second. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Now a pop up on the infield. That's out number 2.
Good hard fastball up in the zone right there. They look really good coming in, but so hard to get on top of as a hitter.
King with a less than great game in this one.
Well, I don't want to pile on a player when he's down, but that was a lousy game at the dish. Sure, they got the win, but if he performs like that, it doesn't make it easy.
One down. Taylor King up next for the Mariners. He's someone who quickly made a splash at this level, Chris, a former Rookie of the Year. Lopez. He isn't really known as a starting pitcher that's going to get you deep into the start. It's not that he's not capable, he just hasn't proven that he can do it yet.
He's got such great stuff. You just don't know from start to start whether it's a potential no-hitter or it's a guy that's only going to give you 3 or 4 innings.
Line drive, and that's got extra bases written all over it. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
He was all over that one. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
One out, runner at second. Josh Naylor now at the plate.
But for the most part, with that kind of stuff, you expect him to get to the middle of the ball game.
Man at second. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Rounds third, headed for the plate. Throw is high and over his head. And he'll pull into second safely.
Well, that right there is a pretty clear example of why making a clean, on-target throw back into the infield is so critical. But so many times it's easily overlooked. You can't be careless about it as an outfielder. Doesn't matter if you're throwing to a base or a cutoff. You have to give them something that they can handle. That cost them a run as a result.
Ball, that's down.
And that one clips the corner. In the air to left center. Grisham on the move, and he hauls it in.
Up next for the Mariners. The first
Bases juiced, no outs.
the right fielder, Taylor King.
Well, this is a tough situation with the bases loaded, but the healthiest mindset is just try to get outs, one hitter at a time.
Didn't miss by too much, but it'll stay a ball. That knocks them down to one challenge left.
You need a strikeout, and you need a ball perhaps on the ground for a double play, or get yourself a pop-up, something, but you've got to make some pitches. But if he can battle and get through this, he can earn some points.
Here's a 1-1. And fouled off.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
Out towards right center field. Base hit! In to score from third. It's an RBI single. It's 5-1.
Well, he comes through clutch with the RBI single. That was big. Pitch was in and off the plate. So hard to do anything with a pitch in that location, but somehow he got the barrel to it and hit it well. Pretty amazing.
Bases loaded, nobody out. Josh Naylor up next for the Mariners. No outs, runner at first. And now the right fielder, Taylor King.
Well, these Mariners, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. 8 of their hits came off the bat at 90 miles per hour or harder. These batters are not getting fooled right now.
That's out to center field. Grisham on his way over. And there's one down.
I'm not saying they do, but with the way they're squaring up the ball right now, it's almost like they know what's coming. They seem very confident at the plate.
Man at first, Taylor King up next for the Mariners. Here's your 1. On the ground to third. 1 at second. A sensational double play.
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
The first baseman, number 12, Taylor.
King played pretty well in this win.
Really liked how he looked in this one. He consistently came to the plate with a solid plan, and it showed in the results. Nice job.
Live from beautiful Coors Field here in Denver, Colorado. Interleague baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Seattle Mariners going up against the Colorado Rockies. John Shambi, Chris Singleton with you. And Singy, we're going to see a nice little win streak put to the test today.
Yeah, these guys are really firing on all cylinders right now. And to me, the important thing is that they're doing the little things well. They're not just relying on home runs or big plays every game. They're playing good situational baseball, executing in key areas, and that's how you string together wins. So we'll see if they continue that in this one.
One down. Taylor King, the next to hit. He's someone who quickly made a splash at this level, Chris, a former Rookie of the Year. Hauser, he's become known as a guy that's really tough to take deep, and that is especially valuable today, Chris, when the ball's going out of the ballpark so much.
It's very important. It's all about run prevention, right? So when you have that, it's a plus. But if you are going to give up the long ball, you want the bases to be empty, and that's where control and command really comes into play for a guy like this.
Here's a 1-2. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Just settling in here at Coors Field. That smash towards center. 2 away now.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat. Tough situation right here. So important as a pitcher to get ahead in the count as he did right there.
Bases loaded, 1 away. Here in game 1 of this 3-game set. Tapped on the ground softly to short. Out number 2, and another run comes in.
Up next is the right fielder, Taylor King.
When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games.
Top of the zone for a called strike.
Now, just a cement mixer slider right there. It's a great pitch to hit if you can recognize it early and jump on it.
Up the middle, Tovar. Fires to first in time.
Up next for Seattle, the first baseman, number 12, John.
1 down. And stepping in for the Mariners, Taylor King. It drops in, gets away a little bit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Up next for Seattle, the first baseman, number 12, John.
And now it's Josh Naylor. There goes the runner. High fly ball lifted into air right field. Makes the catch. Chance to double the runner off first.
Up next for Seattle, the catcher, Cal Raleigh.
So 2 down. Now here is Cal Raleigh. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. So a walk puts runners at first and second.
He did not take the bat off his shoulder the entire at bat.
Julio Rodriguez coming to the plate now in a big spot. Two on, 2 outs. On the ground, right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Mariners leave a couple. They lead it 6-2. And up next for Seattle, Taylor King.
He was the big part of the field last time. Nice liner to center.
Yo, 1. Well struck left field. And it one-hops the wall. And they'll have runners at the corners after a 1-out single.
Up next is Seattle, the first baseman.
Here's Josh Naylor. Runner takes off. That one lifted to left. He's there. He's got it. Runner tagging from third. That's a sacrifice fly as he comes across, and the lead is up to 5. Two outs, runner at first. Cal Raleigh up next for the Mariners. Ball to strike. The pitch. Runner takes off. This to third. And that will end the inning. A run, a hit, and a man left. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the Mariners 7 and the Rockies 2. King had a solid game for them, a real contributor.
I'm sure they're glad they got the win, but if he's going to be a driver for their offense, he needs better days than this. Some good signs in this one, though.
One down. Taylor King will hit next. He's someone who quickly made a splash at this level, Chris, a former Rookie of the Year.
Ball upstairs.
Just settling in here at Coors Field. And it finds its way through for a hit. And a man aboard.
Good start for him to this ball game tonight. And I always talk about get a knock in your first at bat. It just makes your confidence at such a higher level for the potential of having a big night.
Here's Josh Naylor. And a 1-1. Runner on the go. Squirts away a little bit. Blocked by the catcher. And he steals second base without a throw.
Pretty impressive from the 3-hole hitter. Picks up the single, then swipes second to get into scoring position. Now that's not going to show up on the slugging percentage very much, but it works the same way for the team. Let's see if they can drive him in now.
Ground ball right side. Julian. Throw to first in time. So a runner at third, 2 men out. Cal Raleigh digs in now. 2 outs and a runner at third here in the second game of the series. Got him looking. That's a strikeout. The Rockies coming up. We've got no score. This is Mariners baseball on the show Northwest.
Up next is Seattle. The right fielder, Taylor King.
Hey.
The 0-1. And it's fouled away. The 0-2. On the ground to the left.
Come on, beat it out, beat it out.
Low throw, and he can't pick it.
Up next is Seattle. The first baseman, number 12.
Well, we're going to see throwing errors from third base from time to time, and that's a pretty good example of why. If you don't get behind the throw properly, it's really easy to throw a power sinker over there to first. And first baseman, I'm sure he wants another shot at that pick, try to bail out his teammate, but that was just a tough one to come up with.
One down. Josh Naylor up next for the Mariners. Runner on the go. Pitch in for a strike. Throw down, and he's out, and that wasn't close.
Gosh, that's just a terrible jump right there off first base. It really cost him. And it wasn't even a great throw, but it still allowed him to slap the tag on him just in time. Boogie, looked like it was you running or something. When you get off the blocks that poorly, you got to be willing to shut it down and get back to first.
The right fielder, Taylor
King, 23 years old. He's been on a terrific run at the plate, hitting over 350 in his last 10.
Hey.
And now the 0-1. Swings and lines a base hit into left field. And now two aboard.
Up next is Seattle. The first baseman, number 12.
So up next, Josh Naylor. King digging in. The deficit's manageable, but somebody's got to get it started, Singy.
Yeah, and this guy right here has got the toolbox. Competitiveness, bat to ball, good instincts. Let's see if he opens it up, Boog.
Missed with a changeup. Ball one. Looked like a strike to me, and here comes the challenge. It just shaved the zone. Still two challenges left for them. Looking to get the tying run on base. Just missed. Out towards right center field. It gets down a base hit. And the tying run is on base.
Oh, this has been a really nice game at the plate for him. He looks locked in. Put a pretty good jolt into that one. Great swing, nice balance and weight transfer, and he got it to drop in out there in the deep part of the field.
Making a move at first. On the pinch run for Seattle. Scott Kingery opting for a faster runner as they try to tie this thing up. King had a good day at the office. Put together a 3-hit performance.
Well, you'll never complain about getting a team win, Boog, but I think they expect him to make larger contributions than he did today. Nothing too bad, but nothing great either.
One down. Taylor King up next for the Mariners. He's someone who quickly made a splash at this level, Chris, a former Rookie of the Year. Just settling in here at Coors Field.
Well, as a hitter, you're hoping that the command on that sinker doesn't come until later in the ball game. But if that's how it's going to be all day, it's going to be a tough one for the offense.
On a line out towards center. And there's a hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Boog, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
Here's Josh Naylor. Just settling in here at Coors Field. He goes down looking.
Oh, nice job right there. He struck him out twice. The pitch before looked like it was strike 3. Doesn't get the call. Bears down. Throws another quality pitch for the strikeout.
Runner at first with 2 away. The switch hitting catcher will come up to hit. Cal Raleigh. In the dirt. The 2-2 on the way. Line drive, base hit. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out.
Good start for him to this ball game tonight. And I always talk about it. Get a knock in your first at bat. It just makes your confidence at such a higher level for the potential of having a big night.
The 1-2. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Headed for the plate. He'll score and the Mariners take the lead.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been playing well.
Dangerous spot for that slider right there. Didn't seem to quite finish out front and get that sharp break. Tell you what, he doesn't want to throw that pitch again.
Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2. On a line, base hit. And a good start to the inning.
Tough game for him so far, Boog. Another hit, and they've just been knocking him around through the first 2+. He's got to get things back on track. Maybe junk a pitch that isn't working, or he might not last much longer.
This one smoked on its way out of here. He leaves the yard to right. And they throw a pair on the board. It's 6-0.
Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch. Absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
Up next is the right fielder, Taylor King.
There it was. 0-0. Here it is. Hit it. He gets a take. Gets ahead in the count.
Swings and blasts one deep to left center. That's going back. Back some more. And it one-hops the wall. Safe at second with a double. Third hit for him this afternoon. Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed, and everybody is a step or two behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
And now it's Josh Naylor. One out and a runner at second. Top half of inning number 4. Ground ball to the right side. Slings to first in time.
Up next is the catcher, Cal Raleigh.
And now the switch hitting catcher, Cal Raleigh. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
3-0 down. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
That just came apart right there. 4-pitch walk, and guy at the plate was not going to help him out by swinging at something out of the zone.
So 2 on with 2 away. Julio Rodriguez up next for the Mariners. And that'll load the bases.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
Brendan Donovan up next for the Mariners.
He's hitting for that pop. Came out of the gates really strong.
Goes down looking. And the Mariners strand the bases loaded, but they're still in control. It's 7-0. 2 aboard, 2 outs. Now the number 2 hitter, Taylor King. 3 for 3 with 2 singles and a double. Right through there for a strike. And a ground ball to first. The flip to the pitcher covering. That's the 3rd out. Inning over. Mariners leave a couple, and they hold a 7-0 lead. King stepping in now. Got the lead, but it's far from safe. He'll try to build on it right here.
Yeah, and you love seeing a team stay aggressive. Don't wait around. Keep applying pressure. Well, these Mariners putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. So far, they have 6 hits in the counts where the pitcher has had the advantage, so it hasn't been easy for them, but they're finding a way to get it done.
Oh, 0-2 now. Base hit, left center field. So a runner aboard to start the inning. Josh Naylor up next for the Mariners. And the 0-2. Line drive, base hit right field. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Up next is the catcher, Cal.
Here's the catcher, Cal Raleigh. The 0-2. On the ground right side. 4, 6, 3. And they turn the double play.
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
And now it's Julio Rodriguez.
He's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion, and he's in full speed.
Swing and a ball popped in the air. And that is that. Mariners leave 1, and they're on top 7-1. King was a big contributor for them in the win, put together a 4-hit performance.
No question, he was a big piece of their success in this ball game. Fantastic effort at the plate.